Today's Sunshine Note is titled, Big Prophets Don't Cry. Ezekiel will be a sign to you. You will do just as he has done. When this happens, you will know that I am the sovereign Lord. Ezekiel 24:24. Even though he knew she was already dead, he just couldn't bring himself to leave her side. Instead of running to save his own life, he stayed there with her dead body, kneeling beside her and cradling the body of his beloved, so long that the enemy soldiers finally captured him and hauled him off to jail. Robert Fulghum tells this story about a young Russian man in his book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And as I read it, I thought of how deeply the man must have loved his wife, and how deeply he must have grieved her death. All of us would grieve if the person we loved most suddenly died. But Ezekiel wasn't allowed to when his wife, the delight of his eyes, was found dead. The Lord instructed him not to mourn, not to take off his turban or his sandals, and even not to eat the customary food of mourners. When the people of Israel asked him why he was behaving this way, he told them it was symbolic of how they would respond when Jerusalem, the delight of their eyes, fell into enemy hands. Their sons and daughters would be killed in the attack, and when they were carried into exile, they would not even be allowed to mourn their death. God said that when it happened, just as Ezekiel predicted, the people would know he was the sovereign Lord. This seems to be the single driving purpose behind the entire book of Ezekiel, that the people finally come to know that God is indeed the sovereign Lord above all gods. All the prophecies and their fulfillments are sent in God's hope that when they are fulfilled, His chosen people will look back and remember Ezekiel's words and recognize that he was at work and involved. This stated purpose is repeated more than 65 times in Ezekiel, so you can see how important it was to God that His people know and acknowledge Him. If it was important back then, it's safe to say that it's still extremely important to God that we know and acknowledge Him today. Sometimes we get lost in religion and start to think that the most important thing is keeping the rules, but it's not. The most important thing to God has always been relationship, that we know Him, that we walk with Him, and that He dwells with us as an integral part of our lives. Make knowing Him tops in priority in your life today. May God bless you today.